welcome to Bellbrook High School. This one will act as a neutral site for the 1-seeded Mason Comets and 3-seeded Carroll Panthers. This is the district finals. I'm Ben Haller alongside Mark Heckler. How you doing, Mark?
Doing great tonight. Thanks, Ben. Looking forward to a great matchup tonight. Like you said, district finals. Got two great teams. Carroll comes into the season with a 16-2 record. The Mason boys coming in with an undefeated record, only one blemish on their season with a tie against Loveland. So great matchup tonight. We'll see what happens. Weather's looking a little dicey. Rain stopped for right now, but it's getting a little chilly out there.
Yeah, like you said, two combined losses between these two teams should make for a great district finals. Two teams that lost in the district finals last year, teams from the same conference. Mason losing to Moeller in overtime, and Carroll losing to Say Next. Both of those were one-goal loss.
Here's Carroll's coach, Scott Molfenter. It's his 29th season at Carroll. It's the second winningest coach ever in Ohio. His record is 501, 71, and 54. Holy moly.
He is the defending coach of the year from the co-ed GCL.
And here we're showing Mason's coach. This is Mike Combs, coming into his third year at Mason. 3 consecutive GMC titles, and last district championship for Mason, 1998 against Marymount.
And he is also the reigning coach of the year in his respective conference. That's the GMC, as we're going to get ready for kickoff here. And it looks like Mason's going to receive the opening kick. That'll be Sam McKee, senior captain leader for the Comets this year, midfielder. He's going to look to lead the Comets to a district finals and push them into the regional semis next week.
Both teams tonight coming in the game with a lot of goals scored. Carroll has Connor Ulsterholt. He is the leading scorer and was Athlete of the Year for 2019 in the GLC. He's doing well. I saw he had 45 goals on the season.
Yeah, that's 45 goals just in 18 games as Mason's going to receive the opening kick. McReynolds has it over on the right side. He's going to try to get it in McKee. Mason looks to get it on Carroll's side of the field to start the game. But good deflections from Carroll, keeping it at midfield. Comets are a very defensive-heavy team in terms of the last few games. Haven't given up a goal in their first 2 playoff games. First one against Middletown, last one against Coleraine. A little bit closer than they expected in that one against Coleraine. But they were able to pull off that 1-0 victory thanks to Jacob Buchot.
Yeah, Buchot came into the game. He's been working on an injury there, and they were trying to save him there, and he came in, but they needed him, and he came into the game and scored within 10 minutes.
Yeah, they needed a little bit of help. They needed maybe just a little bit of boost. Maybe they didn't expect him to score that goal, but he did get it, like you said, in 10 minutes, came right back off the field, and Mason's spectacular defense were able to hold and get the win. As Carroll's going to have a good opportunity over here, and it looks like they're going to get the first corner of the game off the deflection from Mike McReynolds. That corner is going to come from Brandon Osterholt. He is the twin brother of leading scorer Connor Osterholt.
And Brandon happens to be the assist leader for Carroll, so
pretty good duo, yeah. Mason going to control this one, get it over to Carroll's side of the field. Chasing it down is Cameron Donor. Across the middle, they're going to try to find Buchot. That goes over his head, deflected by Carroll, and I think Mason's going to have their first corner of the game.
Yeah, that was a nice counterattack. Mason clears the ball out from the corner kick, gets it forward across the field, and nice attack there, quick counter, and won a corner off of it.
This will be Max Brogan, the corner coming for Mason. Trying to set it up how he likes it. And Mason, a big thing for them is they're going to be good at these corners with their size. With Jacob Buchot, they also have Adam Winterhalter as that one goes wide left. They're going to be able to track that one down. Deflected by Carroll, and Carroll defender's just going to hold it off and should be a goal kick for Carroll.
Yeah, nice play by the Carroll defender there, stepping in, shielding that ball so it went out of bounds and getting the goal kick for Carroll.
Yeah, the goalie for Carroll is going to be Joey Schran. They kind of had two goalies in this year. They didn't know which one they're going to use going into the playoffs. They kept with Schran. And Carroll's only given up one goal. Or excuse me, yeah, one goal so far in the playoffs.
Yeah, Carroll's coach Scott Molfenter is a goalie himself. Actually played way back, I'm going to date myself, but the Dayton Dynamo. Played for the Dayton Dynamo for a few years, and so he knows his stuff when it comes to goalkeepers.
And it was not just defense for Carroll in their first three playoff games. First game, scoring 9 goals and a 9-0 win to put them on to the second round. And they were able to follow that up with 4 goals. So Mason's going to control it on Carroll's side of the field. McKee's going to try to get it. Cameron Donor tries to track it down. Good job by Winterhalter, but a nice move from Carroll.
Carroll looking for a quick counterattack, get it dangerously into the box, knocked out by Mason.
Corner kick, Carroll.
So you see the bracket here, Mason, Carroll, district finals. The other district finals and the district above them is going to be Loveland, Centerville. So 2 1-3 matchups. And if Mason can meet Centerville, a double 1-seed matchup in the regional semifinals, that'll make for a good one. They do only award 2 1-seeds in the region. So Mason and Centerville being those 2 1-seeds.
As you can see, no upsets so far through the boys bracket, and so it's playing out the way it should. So good seeding as far as the Ohio High School Association. Good job there.
A little bit of a miss pass given to Adam Winterholt. Adam Winterholt is going to clear it downfield. That one's going to go right to Schrand.
Yeah, Adam was trying to play it through there just a little bit far, especially on this wet surface. The ball's going to skip a little bit, so playing through balls might be a little difficult on both sides.
Weather's not looking great right now, but it is a little better than what we expected as Mason trying to get it all the way down, and the Carroll defenders are going to have to clear it, and Mason will have a pretty good position here on a throw-in. That defender for Carroll couldn't quite get that one. He was the one that had to clear. That's Sammy Deep. Only a sophomore for Carroll getting the start. Carroll does have a bright future. The throw-in for the Comets. Going to try and find Brogan on the header. Actually, that's going to be Brogan tracking it down. And it's going to be off on him. They'll give Carroll the throw-in. Throw-in coming from John Swarson. McReynolds tries to hold off his man. And they're going to call Carroll for a foul. So good job by McReynolds drawing that foul. All the way over the left side, trying to get it back inside to Donor. Back to McKee. McKee trying to attack from the left side. See what he can find. Back up, that's going to be Ben Scooter. Over to Winterhalter. Winterhalter on the right side of McReynolds. McReynolds playing up. They like to play their fullbacks up. McReynolds on the right side and Ben Scooter on the left side. We saw that a lot in their first 2 playoff games for the Comets, as they can get it inside the middle. So Carroll's going to control that one.
Yeah, Mason doing a good job there controlling the ball, keeping possession. Carroll happy to kind of sit back. They had 7, 8 guys back into the box on that, so we'll see if that plays out through the rest of the game, but it looks like Carroll's going to, their strategy is to get numbers back. Here's a good counterattack opportunity for Mason.
Nice deflection, but Brogan's going to try to keep it alive. Trying to track it down. But a nice move by Carroll to keep that alive and get it on Mason's side of the field. A nice pass. Across the middle on the left side. Overshot a little bit, able to track it down. Chased him in the corners, Mike McReynolds. Mikey McReynolds, nice deflection. And that one will be deflected out of bounds from Gabe Marlowe. Or excuse me, Joy Lensick. So Carroll's going to have their second corner of the game.
Here's a quick replay of that last one. Deflected off of Mason. Cross in, and that's deflected out of bounds. Carroll player wanted a handball, but obviously that wasn't going to happen.
Ben Del Cid was the one on the attack. Micah, like you said, wanted a little bit of a handball from McReynolds, but there was no call. Max Brogan tries to track it down and have a throw in for Carroll.
That's one of those calls, referees, as much as you don't want to have a subjective call, a handball can be subjective by the referee, so it depends on the intent, how the ball hits the arm, if the arm's standing outside the body or if it's against your body. So a lot of people scream right away when they see a ball hit a hand that it's a handball, but it's not always the case.
It's a little more complicated than the title states.
Correct.
So Carroll's going to try to back it out, find someone inside. A nice header from Marlowe. Ben Scooter can't track it down. Carroll will have another throw in. Luke Ben Scooter, another senior leader for this Comets. They have an all-senior defensive back. Their 2 fullbacks and their center backs, all seniors. Inside, but a nice job by Marlowe keeping it out, and a good save from Cochran.
Saved by Cochran. Ball clear away.
Carroll looking, I think they were going to see a replay on this.
Marlowe kind of lost it.
There's where I think that, people were looking for a foul, but the ball was well out of the play at that point. So I think a good decision by the referee not to call a penalty kick on that, but great save by the Mason keeper.
Yeah, Cochran, nice save, but he did lose it a little bit. Luckily, there were no Carroll defenders there, and Marlowe was able to clear it. But Carroll will have another corner. This time, the corner's coming from Connor Bailey, the senior, coming off a first-team All-GCL selection last season as a junior. He's having a good season again. The header.
That ball bounced dangerously down in the box, still in play, and now the Mason keeper picks it up. But Carroll, over the last couple of minutes now, putting pressure on Mason, had several opportunities, dangerous balls in the box.
Lensick across the middle.
Look at that chance.
Going to get a quick replay of that last ball. Put in by Carroll. It was going to go out of bounds, but Mason was able to collect that and restart the game.
Winterhalter over on the right side to Brogan. Brogan leaves it off for Buchot. Buchot, it's a good thing to see, good sign to see him playing. It looks fine. Doesn't look like he has too much of a limp coming off that sprained ankle 2 games ago. Like we said, played 10 minutes last game and scored the sole goal against Coleraine. Austin Erickson with the throw in. He's going to try to find Brogan, or Buchot's trying to get in there. Buchot loses it. Controls it over on the right side.
Oh!
That shot is good!
Wow.
Mason Comets on the board first.
That goal was scored by number 11.
Max Brogan.
Brogan.
The assist from Jacob Buchot, and this is the earliest the Comets have scored in the playoffs. Earliest in the game. It's only the 11th minute. Max Brogan, a great assist by Jacob Buchot. He lost track of the ball, couldn't find it finally with a nice pass to Brogan, and Brogan just finds the perfect sliver of room. And the Mason off to a 1-0 lead.
We're going to take a look at that again. The ball was thrown in, kind of bouncing around. Carroll's being a little bit lackadaisical in their defense there. Bounces over, and Brogan just rips one, deflected off the defender and into the net. The keeper didn't really have a chance on that one. So good job by Mason to capitalize early on that set piece off the throw-in. As we see the rain starting to come down, so conditions going to get even worse. Looked at the radar just a minute ago, and it's going to be rain off and on all night long. So
across the middle, there's a little bit of a trip from Erickson, and he'll get awarded the foul.
He was pretty upset about that, but the referee right on top of that made the call. Made the correct call.
That's the assist leader for the Patriots, Brandon Osterholt.
So dangerous opportunity here for Carroll. Ball sitting right about the 20-yard line, if we were playing football, that is. About 30 yards out. Mason lining up inside the box, right about the 12. Ball put in hard, hits the wall.
Connor Osterholt was one on that kick. And nice clear for the Comets to get it on their side of the field.
That was a huge clear, and just Mason needed a reset. Good job putting that ball out. It gives them time to kind of catch their breath off after that restart penalty.
A throw in for Carroll.
Rain really starting to come down.
Shaw tries to control it. McKee now over on the left side finds Donor. And a nice job deflecting that out of bounds, making Mason reset. And Austin Erickson will throw it in once again. We talk about these wet conditions, the rain starting to come down. You see Austin Erickson having to drag the ball off a little bit. Across the middle, the header from Carroll. And that one's going to go out of bounds once again.
Yeah, this is for Mason, a great weapon to be able to have somebody who can put it right into the box.
That was a big thing for Colerain last game. They had these long throw-ins, and that would look like they were the only chances Colerain had to score. They would take their time, and they'd get a running start on these throw-ins and try to get into the box.
That's the shot of the conditions.
So we talk about this heavy rain coming down.
You can see it. It's coming down in sheets right now. So temperature dropping down into the upper 40s. So not the best soccer weather, both on the field and the fans that are here. But the
Comet fans are happy to have the lead.
The Comet faithful are here in force, and they're happy to have the lead.
That one's cleared. Carroll will have a throw-in. Throw-in's coming. Back to the inside. McKee chases it down, but Carroll will control it. Marlowe over to Ben Scooter. Across the middle. Inside the box, and looks like Lentz will just clear that. Nice move. And they're trying to find Osterholt. But the pass wasn't there on the great defense from the Comets, Mike McReynolds. Trying to find him on the left side.
Mason playing good defense, but they're struggling to get the ball out of bounds. Great opportunity there by Carroll on the follow-up, but another great save by Mason's keeper.
Zach Cochran, he hasn't had a ton of work in the last few games in the playoffs, and especially in the last few games of the regular season. A lot of that speaks to the great defense. Mason Comets, the great back line they have.
Yeah, Gabe Marlowe has just been an anchor in that defense, a four-year varsity this year. So he's just been a great even keel player in the defense, and that's all teams want to have a player like that, and Gabe's been great for Mason this year.
McReynolds just made a nice play, and he's one of those great players on the back line. He's going to be playing soccer at Eastern Illinois University next year, so
taking it to the next level.
Yep. Across the middle to the right side.
Look at that last chance.
Brogan couldn't find it. We're going to take a look at the last chance that Carroll had. Off the header, and a nice save from Cochran. And Cochran
reaching back and pulling that close to the line there. So nice job getting his body in front of the ball there. First to get the header, a nice play by Carroll to get that header down into the corner. And then Cochran able to get his hand on it, then hop back up to block the second shot.
Winterhalter will have it now. Across the middle, deflected McKee all by himself. Trying to figure out what to do. He'll leave it off for Buchot. Back on the left side to Donor. And that one will be cleared, just go out of bounds. Mason will have a throw in. This time, Sam McKee let Luke Ben Scooter throwing it in.
Good turn.
Donor had a nice move, but another good clear from Carroll. Winterhalter keeping it on that back line over to McReynolds. Tries to find Buchot inside, but that one's wide right. Go out of bounds. Goal kick for Carroll.
It was a good effort by Mason playing it from the back line up to the front line. It was an opportunity there. Just a little bit long for Buchot to catch up to, but it was a good thought.
Inside. Carroll with a little bit of a chance now. Daniel Irumva with the throw in. He was one trying to make a few nice moves, but Micah McReynolds was able to stop it. He's going to leave the throw in for somebody else.
Not sure who. Now we got somebody running across the field here, so obviously this is going to be a set play. I assume it'll be a long throw-in. So again, these long throw-ins can be more effective, I think, sometimes than a corner kick, because what happens is you get it in the box. It's really hard to head it out because it's not coming in at the velocity of a corner kick. And when that ball drops down like it just did there, you get opportunities to take a shot on goal. So both teams having some success with the long throw-in.
Yeah, Winterhalter able to get a couple nice deflections there and get that out off of Donahue's long throw-in. And that one's going to go all the way out of bounds. But I think the last player to touch it was a Comet.
Substitutions for the Mason Comets. Entering the match number 4, Luke Brogan, and number 8, Adam Winterhalter.
Luke Brogan checking into the game for the Comets. Kevin Wren. So a junior and a sophomore for the Comets. They do have all of their field starters today were seniors, but they do have that youth on the bench. And you see two of them here in Kevin Wren and Luke Brogan. As McKee's going to control this one at midfield. As you see Wren getting his first touch.
Yeah, Wren getting right into the action there, comes in and within a couple of seconds is getting some touches on the ball.
Ben Scooter makes a move over on the left side. That's Luke Brogan, the sophomore. He came in and he's getting into it, but lost that one. A couple of defenders for Carroll closed in on him, and he couldn't find anyone to pass it to. But I think he'll be awarded.
Yeah, so there was a foul there probably on the first challenge, and the referee was letting it play out, see how he did, playing the advantage, and did a good job once he saw that he didn't have an advantage to call the ball back and have a free kick.
Joey Schran doing a good job coming out and get that one, make sure that one wasn't any danger, wasn't giving a Mason a two-goal lead. Across the middle, headed by Winterhalter. McKee comes over and takes that one. Ben Scooter across the middle, deflected by Carroll. Over to Marlowe. Inside, they find Buchot. Buchot, they give off to Erickson. Wren tries to find something, gets tripped up. And I think there's going to be no call. So that'll make for a Carroll throw-in.
Mason fans not very happy about that one. It did, from this angle, man, that looked like a foul, but obviously the center ref is a lot closer than we are, has a good angle, and, you don't start refereeing these games at this level without passing a lot of tests, so I think he probably had the right call there.
It's one of those situations where you feel like if it wasn't going to be a foul, then it looked like it should have been a throw-in for Mason. He either got the ball or his body. But Mason able to get this one right back. Across the middle, McKee on the left footer. The goal again, and it's in!
That's a goal.
That's going to be 2-0 Comets.
AR raises his flag over here, so we're going to have to wait and see.
We're going to await the call. Luke Brogan was the one who allegedly scored that, but I think they might wave it off.
Looks like they might. Oh, he's calling a penalty kick. So there's a handball before the goal. So interesting here. So, I think what happened was that on that first shot, here we're going to watch a replay. The first shot was deflected down with the handball. Yep, right there with his left hand, he had it extended. That's what they're going to call. And then the follow-up goal put in, but they're going to call that back. It's going to be a penalty kick for Mason.
This is a situation you wish it was American football where you could just decline the penalty.
Right, I agree. They had a
But Erickson on the penalty kick, and it doesn't matter. 2-0 Comets. Austin Erickson on the penalty kick.
Nice job by Austin Erickson. He stepped up and with confidence put that keeper guest to the right, and he went, keeper guest to his right. He went to the keeper's left and rolled it right in the back of the net. So I don't know if you can write it any better. A great start for Mason here, up 2-0 with 19 minutes left to play in the first half. I think this is, if you're a Mason fan, this is exactly what you want to see.
And, you know, it's a really good sign. Last game, you expected to beat Coleraine by a little bit more than one goal, as we're going to see the penalty kick. Like you said, keeper guesses to his right. Erickson, calm and collected.
Goes left, buries it in the back of the net. So Mason feeling very confident right now, up 2-0, 19 minutes, but a lot of soccer left to play tonight.
A lot of soccer left, and it's been different stories the last few games for the Comets when you talk about them haven't had to play this much time with just keeping a lead. They added on a little bit of insurance. This score should be 2-0. There it is. As Carroll will try to attack on Mason's side of the field, and Mason just wants to add on. You show over to the left side. A little bit of a push, and I think they will give them the foul. As Nolan Fitz has just checked in the game for the Comets after that goal.
Looks like that's going to be a yellow card. I'm not sure who he's. Looks like to Nolan is going to get the yellow card. I want to say I saw maybe a little push after the foul was called by Nolan. I don't know. But the referee certainly saw something. He ran over immediately, gave him a yellow card. And Nolan will have to come off the field with that with that caution.
I thought I saw a little bit of push too, but I thought we're going to see it here again. And the push initially came from Carroll.
Yeah.
And then Fitz comes over and kind of tries to give him a little bit of a shove. Carroll maybe helping him out with that, falling to the ground, but it's going to be a yellow card for Fitz. Erickson on the kick. McKee tries to keep it alive. Carroll trying to clear it. And they're just going to try to get it upfield. Ben Scooter comes in and saves it. Across the middle over to Wren. They're going to give it back out to Winterhalter. Nick Reynolds on the right side. Over by midfield. Tries to give it back inside to Buchot. Buchot with two defenders has Wren to his right. Gets it taken away from him, tries to get it back. A little bit of contact. Both players to the ground, no call.
Yeah,
the deflection from McReynolds.
Buchot a little upset with that. He thought he maybe got tapped in the back of the foot there to take him down, but center ref was right there. He was on it. He didn't see any infraction, so the ball keeps going.
They tell you don't stop playing till the whistle blows. And that's what they're doing here. Couple of no calls. Schran's going to control that one.
Yeah, the weather conditions are just continuing to digress. You can see on that last ball how it skipped off of the turf. So that's something these keepers are going to have to watch out for. The ball is definitely going to skip. Now, to the advantage of the people taking the shots, if offense, hit those low and have them skip off the turf, because it's a hard ball to judge.
Yeah, really unpredictable. You can kind of see the puddles at the end of the field, kind of in front of the track when it goes downhill a little bit. And it's just pouring down here at Bellbrook.
I don't know about you, Ben, but I'm glad I'm inside this box.
Yeah,
right
couldn't be happy anywhere else right now.
This is the best place to watch the game tonight.
Yeah.
That was a long ball put in by Carroll. That's going to be collected up easily by Mason.
Maybe he thought there was going to be someone else there on the right side, but Cochran no one able to get that from Cochran.
Yeah, so Carroll kind of struggling on the offensive side here, which I'm sure they're getting frustrated with, because looking through their box scores, they've scored a lot of goals in previous games. I saw a lot of 5-0, 6-0, 8-0 games. Maybe a test to the strength of schedule that they played. Not as familiar with the Dayton teams, but they definitely have their hands full, and they just can't seem to get it started on the offensive side. but they have been pretty solid on the defense.
Yeah, I would say their strength schedule definitely wasn't as tough as Mason's was. Looks like their second biggest win was against Dakota West, who Mason handled pretty easily. They did go 16-2 though, and I can't discredit that. Really good record. Good diving play from Marlowe. Inside, the chance of Carroll. Tries to cut it back inside.
Yeah. AR flag went up. He's going to be flagged offsides, which I think easy for me to say from way up here, but I think he had the right call. He was right on that line.
So we're going to take a look at it here.
You can see the AR at the top of the screen. He was right there. Put the flag up right away. I would say he was a good yard offsides.
Kick from Marlowe. Over on Carroll's side. Luke Brogan's going to try to track that one down. McKee, a nice comeback from Carroll as a defender to get that from behind. As Carroll control it now. McKee trying to close in, nice pass. Osterholt down the middle. McReynolds missed that ball. Osterholt to his brother. And that one's wide left.
It's got to be a fun season for those two brothers playing on the team and having a great season, one leading in goals, one leading in assists. Proud parents, I'm sure, so that's got to be a fun season for them, and obviously they've had a lot of success over this year.
Yeah, that twin maybe twin telepathy a little bit when you have that strong correlation, the leading assist, the assist leader and the scoring leader.
Not even by a little bit.
Yeah.
By a landslide.
So Carroll, happy to have both of those playing for their team. They did have a great season there, the 3 seed. But currently down 2-0 to the 1-seeded Mason Comets in the district finals. This will act sort of as the round of 32 in terms of the state tournament as a whole. Osterholt down the middle, a nice deflection from Marlowe, getting that outside.
It's an important game in the whole tournament run, district finals, when you get to this level and you can say you do their best. Great shot there by Carroll.
But a good save from Cochran, able to get in front of that.
That was a good rip. We're going to see a replay of that. Nice cut back, rips it with the right foot, skips right in front of Cochran. Cochran able to knock it down.
Daniel Arumva tried to find anything he could and was able to put a nice shot on it. But this one goes out of bounds. Carroll control it. Over to Sorcerin on the left side.
Daniel is actually the third leading points leader on the Carroll team. So another weapon for Carroll.
Oh yeah, Arumva, guy, he's a senior. Last year coming off the second team, all co-ed GCL. So they had a lot of guys. You guys, Connor Bailey, Bendel Sid, and the Ulsterholt brothers, all on the first team last year. Arumva on the second. So a lot of weapons come back last year from Carroll's team. McKee kind of tries to control that one. Just keep it alive. Over to Wren across the middle. Wren over to the left side. That'll be to Brogan. Brogan with a nice move. Give off to Wren. Mason has a nice opportunity here. And that one's going to be deflected out, but Mason will have a corner as Luke Brogan put a couple nice moves on.
Yeah, that was nice patience by Mason on the offense there, not trying to push it in. Great little feed behind the defense. Wren trying to get it across, and Carroll did a good job getting back and knocking that out for a corner kick.
Those moves were actually made by Nolan Fitz, who just recently came back on the field after that yellow card.
Mason setting up for the corner kick here.
It's going to be a little too strong. Over on the right side to Luke Brogan. And Luke Brogan misjudges it.
Yeah, he looked like he wanted to take a one-touch and get past the defender, just not exactly where he wanted to go, and Carroll was able to take it out.
Del Cid, nice, tried to make a behind-the-back pass, but Winterhalter had no trouble getting that one.
That was great one-on-one defense by Winterhalter right at the 50-yard line. He just stayed in front of the man, was patient, and waited for him to make a mistake and got the ball.
Over on the left side, Winterhalter tried to track him down. Nice move from Osterhalter. But a good deflection. And Carroll will have another opportunity at the corner. So Carroll's had their fair share of corner kicks, but Mason doing a really good job getting them out of the box.
Yeah, Mason, again, being solid on the defense. Osterholt, creating that opportunity, taking on 2 and 3 Mason defenders. So he's looking to score, and he's done it all season. So that's a natural thing for him, and he created an opportunity out of nothing on that play.
Corner coming from Carroll, headed out once again by the Comets. Patriots there. This will be skied. Winterhalter tries to head it.
Looks like Mason may have an injured player on defense. I can't tell who that is. He's bending over, kind of limping.
I think that might be Gabe Marlowe.
Where's that?
Gabe Marlowe, I think maybe Joey Lensick.
I think maybe Joey Lensick. He looks like he's hurting, but trying to walk it off here.
Not a good sign for the Comets. They do have depth on their bench.
Lensick was a key defender in the last game against Coleraine. He just played a superb game, and a lot of times getting his name called, getting in front of the offense and deflecting balls.
His one-on-one defense was spectacular last game. Also had to help out a little bit on other matchups, and did a really nice job with that. A little bit of contact drawn by McKee, or Fitz, excuse me.
Yeah, no call on that. It looked like Fitz got bounced around a little bit, but the referee decided not to make a call. That ball went out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Mason.
Fitz has had a physical game so far. So McReynolds can't control that one. Over on the left side, Osterholt tries to get it across the middle, but a nice deflection from Lensick.
Good job by Mason to get numbers back behind the ball there, and for the most part had enough players that Carroll just couldn't get through all of them.
Coming in for Carroll is going to be number 3. That's Henry Zink. He's a senior, getting his first minutes of the game. The throw, and Winterhalter trying to track it down. And that'll be deflected right out of bounds.
So after that second goal, Ben, Carroll's kind of settled down again, and both teams have had a couple opportunities, but it has definitely the intensity, I think, of the play has lessened a little bit for Mason. So I think they got to watch it here. We got 7 minutes left to play in the half. The last thing they want to do is let one squeak in before halftime. And that changes the whole composure of the game. So,
yeah, we haven't seen as good attacks as we saw before they had scored that second goal. And like you said, their defenses seem to soften a little bit. That's kind of what happened to Carroll on that first goal when Mason scored. So you don't want them to return the favor, and you want to stay solid with only 6:30 left in the first half. Regroup at halftime, see what's going on. Across the middle. Wren tries to track it down, can't get it. Bailey has Osterholt on his left. Back to the right side, coming from behind. Tries to take it away is Luke Brogan.
That was a good job by Carroll switching the fields and keeping control of the ball there.
The header from Erickson will just be given over to Sorsen. Erickson tries to give it back over to Brogan.
Mason just not being as patient as they were before, kind of just kicking the ball forward.
Yeah, like you said, patience is the biggest thing, I feel like, for Mason. Carroll's going to have a decent attack here. Defense from Winterhalter. Over on the right side, Ulsterholt. Nice move. We'll give it off to Bailey. Bailey on the shot. That one goes right to Cochran.
Dangerous opportunity there by Carroll. That was Ulsterholt creating the opportunity there with a nice little inside-out move. Dishes it off, and great shot there, low to the ground. Dangerous ball, could be deflected, and especially with the turf being wet. Mason does a good job collecting that ball and getting the save, but good opportunity by Carroll.
Connor Bailey, one of those guys we talked about, returning first-team All-Co-Ed GCL. He had a decent opportunity there, and he knew what he wanted to do with the ball before he even got it, as Austin Erickson's going to be taken off the field for an injury check. Walks off the field okay, but the trainer goes and gets him. We'll see what that's about.
I can't tell. He's kind of lifting that leg up and down. I don't know if it's ankle or maybe he got hit knee in the thigh. Sometimes that's something that causes him to limp a little bit. So hopefully we'll see him back on the field soon.
Mason trying to get it across the middle. Over to Wren. Wren with a man, and
wow.
It's good! Kevin Wren takes it himself. And it's 3-0 Mason.
Wow, that was a great job by Kevin Wren. He, again, Carroll just seemed to back off a little bit on that play. Wren said, hey, if you're going to give me the space, I'm going to take it. Beats one defender, gets right into the middle of the field and rips one into the side netting. So great job by Mason. I was just going to get ready to say it's got 2-0 score can be dangerous in soccer, where the winning team gets a little bit complacent. We're going to take another look at that.
See, Kevin Wren had options to his right and his left, but then he saw the defense kind of backing off, so he decided he's going to take it himself with a sliver of room and finds the back net.
Just got it right around the 18. Was able to rip one with his right foot into the back of the net. That was a great job.
So a 3-0 lead for the Comets. Already two more goals than they scored in the entire game in their last playoff game against Fairfield on Coleraine on Monday.
You know, you get into these games in a tournament, and you look at Coleraine, and I mean they were a solid team, even though their seed was a little bit higher. But oh, and there you go. Carroll goes right back and scores.
It turns the favor. We talked about how relaxed Mason's defense has been getting. As we're going to see on the replay, who exactly scored that for Carroll? It's Connor Bailey.
Just as you think Mason's got this game under control, Carroll just walks down and puts one in the back of the net without a lot of effort there.
You see Ulsterholt, the assist leader, gives it off to be given back to Connor Bailey. And Connor Bailey is the one who had that little touch there. And they're going to credit him with the goal. So a good play by him. And like I said, Mason's defense was just too relaxed. They got that 3-0 lead, and they kind of started to maybe not have the right mindset, as they're going to try to see if they can do anything with under 5 minutes left to play in the first half. Still a 2-goal lead.
So that goal gives Carroll a little bit of life coming in, and that's going to be a card, I believe. Late tackle by the Carroll player. That's gonna draw a yellow card.
So there's a Comet down. Not sure who it is. But like you said, just coming in way too late.
Yeah. So the Carroll goal scorer, Connor Bailey, maybe getting the adrenaline going from that goal, and just tried to do a little bit too much there and got in late on the tackle.
So the
bracket.
So we take a look at the bracket once again. Loveland and Centerville will get the winner of this one. Carroll Mason just before halftime, 3-1 Comet lead. Mason beating a little bit of a from the seeding. It looks like Carroll had a tougher game in the last round, but I think Colerain's a little underrated for their seeding. They do have the GMC leader in saves, a really good goalie over there, and Will Schutte.
Yeah, Schutte was phenomenal in that game, and he came up with a dozen or so saves that were spectacular and kept him in that game all through the night. So he was definitely the lifeblood of the Colerain team.
So the kick from Ben Scooter over on the left side, trying to get it inside. That one goes wide left.
Rain continues to come down pretty hard here, so conditions still miserable at best.
I mean, you talked, and it's funny how you were just before Mason scored their third goal. You talked about how 2-goal leads are dangerous in soccer, but Carroll, I think they heard you and took your advice. Felt like they needed to get one of their own.
Well, I think Mason, they got the 3-goal lead, and they're like, okay, we got this under control, and they kind of took it off the gas there, and a little bit lackadaisical on defense. And Carroll, a good team that they are, they saw it and took advantage of it and put one in the net. So it gave them a little bit of life here before halftime, and got one right back. So that third goal that we thought would put them away, pretty much erased within a couple of minutes.
The throw in for Carroll coming from Ryan Donahue. Across the middle. Brogan tracking it down. Winterhalter tries to come in. And it'll be served across the middle just right to the goalie, Joey Schrand for Carroll. Kick's going to go to midfield, and looks like it's going to go right out of bounds, so Mason will have a throw-in right off the bat. Joey Schrand telling himself he's got to relax.
Yeah, he's
got
got
out of control there.
If I had to say, the wind is blowing pretty much in their face right now, so Carroll's got the wind against them. So we'll see how that plays out in the second half. Obviously, Mason's taken advantage of that with the three goals that they've scored this half. I wonder how much that'll affect the second half with the amount of play, getting hung up in the wind.
The kick's going to come from Austin Erickson, so good to see him back out on the field. Not sure what his injury was, but doesn't look like it's anything too big, keeping him out of the game. Across the middle. Fitz couldn't get up high enough to get that one. Winterhalter.
Yeah, nice job by Mason to get back and knock that out. Break up that quick counterattack by Carroll.
Cochran controls this one. Carroll a little too late to it. And we're now about a minute left to play, and Mason just trying to find one more good attack. See if they can get any opportunity to score and put it back to a 3-goal lead. That one's going to go out of bounds. Throw in for Carroll.
I think Carroll thinking the same thing. Maybe we can get one more opportunity. As they control the ball right near midfield.
Oh, a nice play by Mason. Ran across the middle.
I think that was Nolan Fitz with a good open field tackle there to win the ball.
Nolan Fitz has been everywhere so far for the Comets. Been playing very physical, been playing very fast, and good defense right there. And I think he's at this wing position right now, so it's good to get a little bit of that extra defense from your wings. Maybe striker. I'm not sure who the Comet striker is right now. Does he have it in the corner?
Yeah, Nolan Fitz all year. I mean, he's come in and played a lot of different positions. In fact, he's come in and played goalie at one point. So he's just been a great utility player and very effective in anywhere he's been played. Whatever he's been asked to do, he goes out and does it with all his heart. So he's had a great season.
Irumva's shot will be cleared, and that'll send us to halftime. Mason with a 3-0 lead here at Bellbrook over the Carroll Patriots. The 1-seed Comets lead the 3-seed Patriots in the district finals. We're going to head to halftime here.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life. Hey, sports fan! Did you know the OHSAA is among the national leaders in social media? Check out the OHSAA's social media platforms for news, tournament information, accomplishments, helpful links, and all the items available in the fan guide, including photos, DVDs, and publications. Check out OHSAA Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. And who knows, you may be the next featured face.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Yo, Scott. Hey. I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
100 years ago, the League of Women Voters was founded by suffragists who believed in the power of women to create a more perfect democracy. Throughout the last century, we've never stopped moving towards a future where every person in our country is empowered to play a critical role in shaping our democracy. Today, LWV activists throughout the United States are working to expand voting rights, ensure fair representation in government, and push for a more equitable and just political system. This progress is in our DNA, just as our founders did 100 years ago. Today, our activists are shaping the future of voting rights in America. See how their story could be yours.
score going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
We save homes and restore pride. We are people working cooperatively. Our typical client earns less than $14,000 annually and cannot afford the critical repairs they need to safely live at home, where they desperately want to be. Our services truly change lives, one repair at a time. Our professionally trained staff, along with 25,000 volunteer hours annually, has provided more than 280,000 services for low-income, elderly, and disabled homeowners in our communities. Every service makes an impact. Homes we service have an increased sales price of 10%, and even the value of surrounding homes increase upwards of 3%. Our energy conservation services save clients an average of $300 a year. These total savings from all customers equals over $200,000 in outstanding energy bills paid. With safer living environments, almost 50% of our clients reported improved health, and many are seeking medical attention less frequently. By living healthy at home, over $54,000 in state and federal funds can be saved annually for each client that does not need to move to assisted living. PwC's impact is more than just dollars and cents. Stable homes create stable families, which means children who are moving less frequently can achieve higher academic success. We are an investment in the future. More people living safely in their own home paints a brighter future for everyone, but we can't do it alone. We need your help to continue to build a brighter future for the entire community. Give back and get involved at pwchomrepairs.org.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Get it.
Is she gonna get it, Daddy?
She'll get it.
Get it. Get it.
When you bring home a Goodwill find, you give your whole town a reason to celebrate because you're also funding local job training and placement programs in tech, healthcare, and more. Goodwill. Bring good home.
I just wanted to play.
I just want to play. I just want to play. I just want to play.
Play.
Play. Along the way, I'm learning
Sportsmanship.
Teamwork. How to work hard.
Matty Bear with a three-pointer, and we're going to a third overtime. Simmons for three, and he's on fire tonight.
Oh, my God. Three-point attempt, and it is good. A half-court heave. He gets it to go. Up to Del Bello. She hits the three.
ICRC-TV Sports. Just about ready to get the season underway.
All right, welcome back. This is Mark Heckler along with Ben Haller bringing you the second half action between the Mason Comets and the Carroll Patriots.
Yep, 3-1 lead for the Comets. Great to be here. Great to be inside this press box in this very rainy, very cold Thursday night. Comets would love to finish off the week with a win.
Yeah, and we'll give a shout out to those guys running the cameras tonight. They're up on top of the press box. Wind's blowing, rain's coming down. It's really cold, and they're bringing the action to you guys, so thank you.
Yeah, we're not as tough. We couldn't be up there today. We're little wussies here in the press box.
In the nice warm press box.
So we're going to get started. Mason received the opening kickoff, so this time it'll go to Carroll. We're in Bellbrook. That's a neutral site. Carroll will get it to start the second half.
Before this half starts, I just want to let you know the first Mason basketball game will be live streamed on ICRC against Lakota West Friday, December 4th.
So we're going to flip fields, and Carroll will finally have the wind to their backs. Instead of playing against the wind, like all they did in the first half. That could affect a little bit of the game. We've seen how much the weather has affected the game so far. How unpredictable the balls have been.
Yeah, that ball, especially on the turf, it just when he plays it hard and low, it skips off that turf. So it's something they got to pay attention to and be ready for. But, when you get to this level in high school and in club, they've played in many of these games, cold weather, warm weather, wet, snowing. So these players know what they're doing out there.
McReynolds, smart play to just let that one go out of bounds. It'll give Mason the goal kick.
So Mason taking control in the first half, going up 3-0, but Carroll able to get one back and get within striking distance. So back to that 2-goal lead, which can be very dangerous in soccer, where you feel like you're in control. This first 10 minutes is going to be real important for Mason to establish their dominance in the game and maybe even try to get another one in to really put Carroll on their heels.
Yeah, they have a decent opportunity now. McKee across the middle. Couldn't find anybody to his left, but he's going to control a little bit of contact. No call. Gives it off to Brogan, but a nice deflection, and Arumva's going to try to track that down. Brogan keeps it in bounds. Out of bounds for a throw-in for Mason.
Yeah, that was
actually Cameron Donor there on the left side. Doing a good job for the Comets, but couldn't capitalize on any of his opportunities. Austin Erickson at the throw-in. Over on the left side to Buchot. Buchot, that one's going to go out of bounds. He's saying he got pushed.
That's going to be awarded a corner kick, so good job by Buchot to win that corner kick, trying to get it around the end line there.
This corner kick's going to go to Max Brogan. Sending up where he likes. Going to try to find their height in Buchot. Or Winterhalter. That one off the head. Just a little to the right. No good. That one from Marlowe. Another guy with some really good height for the Comets. He's going to head back to his normal center back position. The goal kick from Strand. Carroll can try to see what they can do, see if they can get a decent attack now. Foster Holt getting held off by McKee. Over on the right side to Brogan. And I hear out of my left ear here, cheerleaders. It's something you don't see all that often in high school soccer, but Carroll brought some cheerleaders to tonight's game, giving them a little extra support.
And hats off to the cheerleaders, because it's definitely not warm out there, and they're standing on the sideline cheering as loud as they can, trying to get the Carroll crowd into the game.
Yeah, like you said, it's not fun out there right now. As Carroll going to try to make it a little more fun for them. If they can bring it back to only a 1-goal lead from the Comets.
Yeah, Ben, if Carroll does able to sneak one in here early, the nature of the game changes, the momentum changes, and then it becomes a really long second half. So, again, Mason's got to be careful and do their due diligence to keep Carroll out of the back of the net.
Nice play from Mason. Keep it out of the box. Winterhalter's going to try to clear it, and he'll give it to his side of the field. Fires it back in there. McKee and Arumva going at it. Hold him off. Down. Over on the right side to Ben Scooter.
Yeah, that looked like a foul to me. The ref was right there. He didn't call it. Didn't hurt Mason too much. So, yeah, McKee got kicked in the foot there and went down.
Boucher made a really nice move there, but then left it too far in front of him.
And he's going to get flagged with a foul there. I think a little bit of frustration foul on that one.
Yeah, he made that really nice move, like I said, behind the back, and then just left it way too far in front of him, and there were two defenders for Carroll that were able to control it. So across the middle, Cochran's just going to take this one. No Carroll wing was able to get there. And McReynolds not able to control it.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic of McReynolds there. He just kind of let it go out of bounds. Carroll took the ball and quick throw in and had a decent opportunity.
And maybe that's kind of the weather playing effect. He thought he had more control of it than he did. And it was too late. It just went out of bounds. Carroll tried to take advantage, but Cochran doing a good job staying in front of him.
That's going to be a foul on Boucher right in the middle there. He's kind of arguing. He kind of threw his head back like, I don't think that's the case. But he's not going to win that argument.
So a little bit of frustration we've seen from Boucher in this start of the first half. Carroll's going to control out of midfield, see if they can get anything in the middle. Del Cid gives it off over on the right side to Donahue. Donahue trying to make a move on McKee. McKee tries to clear it, but a good job from Carroll keeping it alive. Winterhalter on the header. Ben Scooter comes up. Gives it to Carroll's side of the field. Right back to McKee. Arunga with a nice defensive play. McReynolds tripped up a little bit. Carroll with a decent opportunity here, but Cochran stays in front of it and controls it. And McReynolds is limping. Not a good sign for the Commons fans.
Looks like he's able to clear it out there, and great opportunity there by Carroll. Mason kind of caught flat-footed on that, and they were kind of lucky that that ball was shot right at Cochran, and he was able to save it.
So McKee, one-on-one defense here on Osterholt. Across the middle, Erickson tries to track him down. That one going right to Cochran.
So Mason seems to be content right now to kind of lay back and play defense. We're closing in on about 8 minutes into the second half. Most of the ball's been played on the Carroll side on the Mason side of the field.
Connor Bailey advances to the left side. Tells you he can get the defense from Brogan. Back into the box now, cleared by Winterhalter. Now Osterholt can see what he can do. Just leaves that off. Winterhalter has it again. McKee controlling it now. Tries to get Boucher to come up and get it. He won't get there. This one will go right out of bounds. I think off Bellbrook, or Carroll, excuse me, keeps throwing me off that we're at Bellbrook, but Mason's going to get a goal kickoff. Carroll.
Yeah, so Carroll getting some good opportunities here early in the second half. Mason being fairly content, just kind of having a lot of players back in the box. That might be a long game, long second half if they continue to play that way. So we'll hopefully they can try to get some passes, just string some passes together here and get some offense.
Boucher fighting for it. Kenny Jones going to come get it, but there will be a call going dead.
Here's a look at that foul. Yeah, gets that arm up into the chest of Boucher and pushes him down. So that was the foul. Boucher was arguing they had advantage. That ball was played down the line, and Mason was on attack. The ref, I think he blew his whistle a little early on that. He was patting his chest like he said, I understand, I know, my bad.
but at that point he had already blown the whistle, the play dead, so it'll be a Mason free kick.
McKee's going to try to get to Donor. Donor gets beat, but it'll go out of bounds off Carroll. At least that's what Donor's fighting for. We're going to see what the call is, and they'll give it to Mason.
Looks like Mason's going to set up for a long throw in here, so we'll see what they can do with it.
Austin Erickson will be the one giving the long throw in. See if they can find the height in the box. That one's Donor off his head. It'll go Carroll's way.
Another good opportunity there by Mason. That ball thrown nicely into the box. Just couldn't get a solid header to it, and rolled harmlessly out of bounds for a goal kick.
Winterhalter missed that. Looks like he tried to get up, come up, keep it on Carroll's side. But Brogan will have it now. He'll have Buchot in front of him, trying to keep it from going out of bounds. But he's unsuccessful, and it'll be a throw-in for Carroll.
Yeah, that ball played just a little bit behind Buchot, and he wasn't able to control it.
So Osterholt now. Off the header. McKee trying to get it. And that one rolling all the way downfield. Donor not able to catch up. Another throw in for Carroll. Mason doing a good job in the last few minutes keeping the field. Something they weren't able to do in the first few minutes of the second half.
Yep, they're finding a little bit of continuity, connecting some passes in the midfield and able to get it forward, but no real threats yet. And here we go with a Carroll counterattack.
Arumva going to try to find someone upfield. A nice move made. That one by Del Seed. But Mason will boot it all the way downfield. Osterholt come and get it. We'll leave it off for Sorsen on the left side, but Sorsen can't catch up. Mason throw in. That one from McReynolds. McKee leaves it off. Back to McKee. A little bit of two-man game there. Donor across the middle. Donor just too far in front of him, but he gets it back. And he has Buchot. Buchot stops it. Another pass over to Brogan. Brogan with three defenders on him, and it's just wide right and a little high. So a good opportunity for the Comets.
Going to take a look at that opportunity there. Maybe. Looks like our monitor's frozen. Not sure if you guys are seeing it there. Here it comes. Nope, that's live action. But yeah, like you said, a great opportunity there by Mason. Good patience by Buchot to pull that back and put it across the middle. I think, just couldn't get his foot right on it to bury it in the back of the net, but good opportunity there by Mason.
Yeah, Donor lost it a little bit. Then he got it back. The hustle play by Donor is what made it for the Comets. What made that opportunity, but unable to capitalize Buchot or Brogan.
Yeah, you talk to him after the game, he'll probably say, I meant to do that, right?
Yeah. Mason will have a kick. It'll be Mike McReynolds. From midfield. Will be headed by Carroll. Sam McKee's going to try to control it. Give it off to Erickson. Good job by McKee. Keeping it in front of him, but Arumva's going to come away with it. Winterhalter steps in front of that one.
Yeah, that was great positioning by Winterhalter, being in the right place at the right time, cutting that pass off.
Brogan fires one all the way to the left. But Strand able to get in front of that one, and Carroll's going to try to counter. Bailey not able to come up with that. Over on the right side to Arumva. Back up the middle.
Mason doing a good job getting numbers back. They've got 4 or 5 in the box here.
The shot from Arumva right off the hands of Cochran and into his arms. Now Mason will try to hurry it up.
Mason looked for a quick counterattack. They don't have numbers, so we'll see what they do. Carroll does a good job getting all their players back. It's 50-50 right at midfield. Both players go down.
Ben Scooter tries to dive in front of that one and give it to another Comet. And this one will be skied, controlled by Carroll. In the middle, Del Cid couldn't control it. He'll try, but Winterhalter making a nice move to get it to McKee. And over on the left side, that's Erickson. Bouchot trying to track it down off the feet of Bouchot. It'll go Carroll's way.
Yeah, good hustle by Bouchot getting over there, getting in front of that ball. He knew he wasn't going to get to it, but he did a good job of stopping it from going forward. Field kind of opening up here for both teams. A little bit more spread out.
I think Mason wants to add those insurance goals. And like you said, a 2-goal lead is dangerous. It's kind of that middle ground to where you have that 1-goal lead. You know, it's in your mind that you cannot give up 1 goal. You have the 3-goal lead. That's a little more insurance, but that 2-goal, you got to have the mindset there.
It's easy to fall in that trap that you think the game's under control, and but as soon as that goal, if they can score that goal and come within 1, the momentum really changes, and then it's a battle to the end.
Carroll will control it up top. McKee try to run up and get that one. Over to Donahue. Donahue try to attack. Find someone
that's a goal
in the corner, and that's over the head of Cochran. Donahue placed it perfectly, and Cochran didn't. A little bit of confusion from Cochran, and it's a 1-goal lead now for Mason.
Yeah, that was so that's just what we were talking about there. And Carroll maybe a little lucky. We're going to watch the replay here. I'm thinking he's trying to get this as a cross. Goes off the side of his foot a little bit, but sails over. Cochran was out looking for the cross, and it sailed over his head. So maybe a little luck by Carroll on that shot, but nonetheless, it's a goal, so it's 3-2 now, and we got a new ball game.
Yeah, and maybe I jinxed a little bit. I guess I wasn't grateful enough of a 2-goal lead. Mason will try to respond. Bouchot across the middle makes a nice move.
Carroll's doing a good job getting numbers back. And they got an opportunity here. Good job by Mason just to clear that one out. Reset the defense.
Gabe Marlowe with a good hustle there, the 4-year varsity player.
Carroll with some new energy, new life.
Over on the right side, Ulsterholt. Another nice play from Marlowe. Irumva trying to hold Donor off, and Irumva wants that ball to go to Carroll.
And he will get that call.
So we're going to look at that goal again. Donahue, yeah, like you said, just looking for that cross, and Cochran, that's what he was thinking too. But it just sailed over Cochran's head.
Looked like it had a little bit of spin on that. It actually curved back away from Cochran on that.
They want to push from Bouchot. And I don't think they're going to actually call anything. Is going to give him a warning. So they're just going to call that a foul. I think Carroll wants a card, but
yeah, I think so. And ref was right there. He gave him a talking to, but he didn't think it would deserve the card. And Carroll will have a restart here, just on Mason's side of the 50-yard line.
So the kick across the middle, off the hands of Cochran, and off the left crossbar. Excuse me, the left post. Off the hands of Cochran. And we're going to take a look at it again.
He went up for it. He had it in his hands. I think, again, we were talking about the conditions all night. Ball slippery. It slipped through his hands. Mason lucky that the post was there to save it.
We've seen that many times off the hands of Cochran.
And
Carroll's going to put it in. And it's a tie game. Irumva's going to be awarded with the goal. Sorsen acting like he got it, or maybe just happy for the team. as quickly within the last 4 minutes. Carroll went from down 3-1 to a 3-3 tie.
So the tale of two halves here. Mason going up 3-0 in the first half. Carroll getting one back with about 4 minutes to play in the first half, then coming out strong in the second half, putting two in the back of the net. Here's the replay of that last goal off the corner kick. Headed down.
Off the head of Osterholt. And then Arumba was able to capitalize and see where Cochran wasn't.
Yeah, Arumba just hustle play there. He missed it the first time, went back and got it the second time, put it in the back of the net.
Sharan's going to come and control that one. And it's still a tie game, but how damaging is this to Mason's confidence and to their momentum?
Yeah, this will be a test of Mason's. This is a little gut check here. So, you know, they're obviously not out of the game. There's plenty of time left to play in this game. 3-3 now, but Mason's got to definitely step it up. They know for sure they can get the ball in the net. They did it 3 times in the first half. Just got to find that rhythm again.
Like you said, I think a big thing, a lot of high school sports, especially soccer, is going to be momentum. As there's a stoppage of play, Sam McKee going to tie his shoes. And Ben Scooter leading his team, telling him to calm down. Obviously still in this game, only tied. But the momentum has shifted heavily to the side of the Patriots. Over on the right side, a deflection from Erickson goes out of bounds. Osterholt throws it in. Osterholt will get it back. Possession will stay with Carroll. Donahue will throw it in. Sees an opportunity. But Winterhalter jumps in front of that one. And Cochran able to corral it. So Mason hasn't had a good opportunity in a long time. And they're just looking for anything here. As they'll try to get it to Buchot. More contact from Buchot again, but that was nothing. A nice play.
Nice play by Carroll to get on that. That was a good opportunity by Mason, and the Carroll defender with the slide tackle able to disrupt it.
John Sorensen making a really good tackle there. John Sorensen, only a freshman, so has played all game here. Starting for varsity in the district finals for the Patriots. As we're tied 3-3 here, 19:32 left in the second half. That's left in the game. On pace for overtime.
Mason just got to be patient here. They know they can get the ball, put the ball in the net. They just got to work it through. You know, with it coming back, Carroll's obviously got the adrenaline going. Mason maybe get a little tighter. You know, they're playing defense and they're thinking about it a little bit too much. They got to get back into just doing what they know how to do.
Erickson will leave it up to Fitz. Fitz pushed in the back, and there's going to be no doubt about that one. At least a foul.
That looks like it's going to be a card.
They're going to bring him over, and that will be a yellow card on Daniel Irumva. That's his first of the game, but he'll be forced to come out limping off the field. Austin Erickson will have the kick.
Yeah, pretty much any time in high school soccer, if you're taking somebody down from behind, you're going to earn that yellow card.
Yeah, I think Carroll would argue Buchot had that a little bit in the previous possession, or excuse me, a few possessions ago. But referee saw something different. As we're going to wait for both sides to get set up, Erickson now across the header. McKee not able to control it. Erickson will try to get it. He'll kick it back to his fullback, McReynolds, to the other fullback, Ben Scooter, across the field. Kevin Wren trying to find anything. Finds Buchot across the middle. No one's able to come up with that one. Back out to Winterhalter.
Again, Carroll doing a good job getting numbers back. They got their whole team except one guy behind the ball. So good job by Carroll, keeping good shape on defense and keeping Mason out of the box.
Mason hasn't had great opportunities in a while. And we have 18 minutes left to play in regulation. 3-3 tie game. Over on the left side, nice deflection for McReynolds. And Donahue will throw it in. But nice job by Buchot. He'll try to see if his teammate can track that down. Excuse me, that Buchot was the one trying to track it down. I'm not sure who was on the breakaway. It was Luke Brogan. Luke Brogan coming into the game. Downfield. McReynolds tracks it down. That foul's going to be on Brogan. Maybe a little over-aggressive there.
Yeah, not a bad foul. I mean, he was going after the ball, just the body got in the way there, and you know, you can't fault him for being aggressive in the middle of the field right there. Maybe that doesn't get called, and he's on his horses down the field.
Didn't look like anything intentional. The kick coming from Shane Ox.
It's a dangerous opportunity here.
And I think fans on both sides know what's coming. And Cochran looks a lot like the first two, or the second goal, excuse me.
That was coming in hard and high, and he got his hands up and caught that one. Looked like he took a step forward and then thought about it and stepped back and was able to collect the ball. So good job by Cochran on that ball.
I think that'll give Cochran a little more confidence now, which will help him. Should help him. Goes out of bounds off of Wren.
I'm sure that thought popped into his head, hey, this is a similar ball to the one that came to me before. So
Levi Kelly's going to check in for the first time for the Comets. And Arumva checking in for Carroll off the yellow card. The throw in from Ben Scooter over to Lensick. Lensick will try to find Buchot. Erickson lost it. Back across the middle. We'll keep it in bounds. And give it off to McReynolds. McReynolds on the right side. Back to Erickson. Erickson can't stay up. Arumva across the field. Kevin Wren tracking him down. Back to Connor Bailey. Connor Bailey trying to get it inside. They have it on the left side now. They'll seed, give it right to Cochran. So a little bit of a sigh of relief there from Mason. You saw a decent opportunity brewing from Carroll.
Yeah, Carroll did a nice job bringing that, building it out of the back, bringing it forward, and keeping possession of the ball. And Mason was definitely chasing him a little bit. But it turned out to be a slow roller to the goalie, and Mason now on the attack.
Osterholt with good defense on Wren. That pass with an opportunity coming from Osterholt. Tries to make a move. Cochran off his hands and able to control it.
Osterholt just amazing. I mean, he's so quick off the ball and able to make that move and get a shot off. He is definitely a weapon for Carroll.
That's Connor Osterholt. He is the leading scorer. His brother Brandon, the assist leader.
Take another look at that shot.
Connor Osterholt. Good defense from Marlowe. And Cochran almost let another one up, but is able to fall on that.
Yeah, just see the quickness of Connor with that stop-and-go move. Got it to his right foot, shot it in. Great save by Cochran.
Winterhalter loses it. Erickson will try to track it down. Erickson looks like he was going to attempt to make a tackle, but then got tripped up, and that'll go out of bounds off Mason. Carroll will have a corner.
Yeah, Carroll doing a good job winning the ball near midfield and doing quick counterattacks on Mason. Mason kind of being caught a little flat-footed.
It'll be Connor Bailey with the corner.
This will be a dangerous opportunity here for Carroll. Mason's done well and other corner kicks to get it out.
A kick off the foot on the right side. Osterholt. Osterholt sent it to the other side of the field. Maybe a deflection from the Comets.
This could be a good counterattack opportunity for Mason.
Across the middle, we'll see who they have. Buchot. Buchot's shot is just up. Just over the crossbar.
Carroll defenders looking for an offsides, but I don't think it was. Carroll keeper coming out. Buchot saw the opportunity to hit it over his head, and it was just wide.
So Joey Schrand with the goal kick. McKee and Brogan checking back in for the Comets.
We're going to get a replay of there to see if that was offsides. Boy, it's really close, but I think he was on. He was a step onside when the ball was kicked.
I think it's one of those is too close to call. Because Carroll will get it all the way on Mason's side of the field.
It's one of those things when people look on offsides, they're watching the ball, they see him kick it, then they look at the player, and the player's 3 yards back behind the defenders, and they think it's offsides, but
it's hard to look at both things at once.
Right.
Cochran able to come up and save that one. Maybe misread it a little bit, but a good job jumping up, controlling it.
Very similar cross to the one that went in the back of the net, so he did a good job coming out and winning that ball.
Ox will control it again at midfield. And Cochran coming up again. He's had his work so far in the last 10 minutes. Winterhalter will get it back, or at least try, but the deflection from Carroll. Carroll's not able to save that.
Yeah, Carroll playing very direct and a lot of long balls into the box. I think maybe they see Cochran being a little nervous with the ball back there, but so far he's responded after that goal and is able to collect all those shots that they're putting in. But yeah, so Carroll playing very direct. Mason still playing their game.
And Buchot looked like he had a decent opportunity, but not able to stay on his feet. And he looks to be injured, and that's not good for the Comets. They'll give it to Ox. Ox in the middle. Defense from McKee. McKee can come up and pressure. Across the middle.
Oh, wow.
Head-to-head contact looked like, but it didn't look like anything intentional.
Boy, that looked like both players went.
They're just going for the ball.
Going for the ball together, but
I'd hope there's no card here at least.
Carroll rewarded that kick.
I mean, both players just going for the header, and they're running into each other. I'm not sure what constitutes Carroll drawing the foul there, but
this will be a dangerous opportunity for Carroll just outside the 18.
They have Osterholt and Connor Bailey ready. Just outside the box.
Mason has what looks like 5 or 6 in the wall there. Cochran lining them up.
So a big opportunity from Osterholt's going to take it himself, and 3 points if we were playing American football.
He's going to want that one back. Not exactly what I think he had pictured in his head, but as a Mason fan, we'll take that one.
Yeah, another sigh of relief if you're a Comet fan. Gabe Marlowe with a goal kick. Across the middle, Erickson over on the left side to Brogan. Brogan tracking it down. That'll be slowed out of bounds at about midfield. They'll try to get it downfield again. McKee loses it. It looks like Ben Scooter will just boot it downfield. Over to Wren now. Wren upfield, but no one's there. And Joey Schrand will just call it himself, taking himself.
Yeah, Carroll doing a good job in the midfield, double teaming on the outside there, not giving Mason a lot of opportunities and a lot of time to look to see where they want to put the ball. Here's a good opportunity for Mason, though. Bouchot taking it on the outside. He's in the box.
Bouchot trying to make a couple nice moves. And he wants a foul.
He goes down in the box, but the referee is not going to have any of that. And it looks like it's been kicked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Mason.
So we're going to take another look at this no call.
Well, you could argue both ways, I think, on that one. He definitely impeded his way, but I think Bouchot probably fell down a little easy on it.
Fell down a little easy, and I think he didn't have control of the ball at that point. So Mason look for another opportunity across the middle. He'll leave it off for Brogan. Brogan tried to catch up to that one.
Nice job by Brogan to earn that the throw-in on that side.
Bouchot will look for another opportunity, and that's going to go out of bounds. And Mason, now they have a big opportunity. They got to use their height we've been talking about with Bouchot, with Winterhalter. They tried to use Marlowe earlier in the game on a corner.
Looks like Gabe's coming up for this one. Winterhalter staying back, but good opportunity here for Mason. Let's see if they can connect.
Max Brogan on the corner once again. And Carroll able to jump in front of it. And Brogan able to save it, keep it on Carroll's side. Carroll clears it once again. So good defensive sequence for Carroll. Over on the left side, Carroll advancing it. Sam McKee on one-on-one defense. Over on the right side, Erickson will try to track him, or excuse me, Kelly will try to track him down. To the left side. McKee got lost and lost track of the ball. Easily could have got that one if he knew where it was.
Yeah, Carroll got lucky on that ball. It was kind of hit off his foot and didn't go where he wanted to, but it ended up going right to a Carroll player.
The header from Carroll keeping it on Mason's side. McReynolds, Del Cid gets it from McReynolds, and a nice move from Del Cid. But McReynolds takes it right back. He's not having any of that.
Nice job by Mason to be able to get back and win that ball and keep it in bounds.
Wren not able to track that one down. That one goes. So we're going to take another look at this move from Del Cid.
I believe they call that a Maradona. Don't see that in a live game very often.
Nolan Fitz coming into the game once again for the Comets. He's been in and out all game. Micah McReynolds with the throw-in. And they'll try to advance it all the way to Carroll's side. Fitz coming up right off the bench, coming up for that one. And Wren's going to lead the charge here. Gives it off to Fitz. Fitz over to the right side to Brogan. Back to Fitz. Fitz loses it. Able to keep it alive. Tried to keep it in bounds. Back to Brogan. Brogan across the middle.
Oh, nice job by the keeper to keep hold of that one.
Joey Schrand confident, calm, and collected, and comes up to save that. We're going to look at the chance from Brogan here. As it looked like it might have been a little wide left if the goalie hadn't tried to come up for that one, but
if he
Mason had guys there.
Yeah, if he didn't hold on to it, Wren was right there to put it in the back of the net. So good job by him to hold on to that ball.
So Mason will get a throw in off that clear. And we're under 4 minutes now, 3:30 left to play, and the Comets tied with the Patriots 3-3 here in Bellbrook. The district finals could be headed to overtime if no one finds a score here.
Yep, tournament time means overtime when it's a tie. So if it does, that'll be they'll play one 10-minute overtime, and if it's still tied at that time, they'll play a second 10-minute overtime.
And the most exciting thing for a lot of people in soccer, what happens if that second 10-minute overtime is still tied?
Then they go into penalty kicks. So they do a set of 5 penalty kicks, each team taking a chance at it, and the winner, whoever has the most goals out of 5 shots, is declared the winner.
So we should be having an interesting one here if this one goes to overtime. 2:30 left now. Mason looking for 1 or 2 more good opportunities. See if they can get one in. Over on the left side, it'll be left again for Fitz. Fitz in the box. Kept alive. McKee with it now. McKee tries to make a move. Another nice move by McKee, but Arumba comes in and gets that one.
Good job by Carroll coming in and double teaming that. Mason keeps control. They're going to put it back into the box.
Try to find Buchot. Skipped. But saved once again by Strand. And they just want to slow it down. They don't want Mason to keep coming with these attacks.
It's a replay of that. The ball put right into the box. Trying to skip it on.
That was Ben Scooter. Tried to find Buchot, but over his head.
Another thing to keep in mind if we do go into overtime, it's what they call golden goal.
Golden goal, sudden death in a lot of other sports. First to score will move on.
They won't play the rest of the 10 minutes. So if you score in the first 30 seconds, the game's over. You score in the last 30 seconds of the 10-minute half, the game is over.
We're going to take a look at this foul here. Looks like Ox just pulled McKee down, and that one's a little bit of obvious. And the referee had the perfect view. And Mason could be the last big opportunity they get of regulation. They'll use Kevin Wren. We're under a minute now.
Ball played in.
Ryan finds Buchot, and Buchot just over the net.
As the clock ticks just under 1 minute left to play in the game, that might have been the best opportunity for Mason to put one in the back of the net.
We're going to take a look at it again, and it looks like that they try to catch Carroll off guard. So they didn't have a ton of time to calm down.
Carroll looking to take one from way out.
And wide right. A little bit of a scare there from the Comet sideline.
Smart move by the Carroll player there. Cochran was out after he kicked that ball. He looked for the opportunity to put one over his head.
The junior Shane Ox trying to catch him off guard.
Yeah, Ox did a good job seeing that and tried to shoot one from basically midfield.
So under 10 seconds now, Comet's going to throw up a Hail Mary. And that is going to end regulation. We're heading to overtime here at Bellbrook. The 1-seeded Mason Comets, the 3-seeded Carroll Patriots in the district finals.
It's been a tale of two cities, tale of two halves. Mason in the first half going up 3-0. Carroll putting one back in. And then in the second half, Carroll putting 2 in to tie it up. And then at that point, it was kind of back and forth. Both teams getting some opportunities, but nobody can put it away, and it'll be overtime. Going into first 10-minute overtime here shortly.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
On air or online, This is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
Welcome back to Bellbrook, the neutral site for the 1-seeded Comets, the 3-seeded Carroll Patriots. And this is overtime, golden goal time, the first 15-minute period coming up here as we see the district final game winner. We'll move on to take the winner of Loveland and Centerville.
I had heard around halftime that Centerville was up in that game 4-0, so I haven't heard a score recently, but it sounded like Centerville was in control. But you could say that about Mason here in the first half. So
Mason found themselves with a 3-0 lead just before halftime until Carroll was able to put one in even closer to halftime and then able to score two and outscore Mason by 2 in the second half.
So when right before the break I said it was a 10-minute half, it's actually a 15-minute half. So I apologize for that error. 15-minute half. But like we said, if a goal goes in, it doesn't matter how much time's left in the game will be over, and the goal scorer will be the winner of the game.
So a lot of experience, you got to think, with 29 seasons as a coach at Carroll. Scott Mulfencer, second winningest coach ever in Ohio. So you got to think he's had his fair share of golden goal games in the playoffs.
Yep, and him, you don't get to 501 wins by not being a good coach. So he obviously had a good game plan going into the second half. Carroll executed it, got the game back to even, and you get into overtime and anything can happen.
Like you said, anything can happen. It just takes one goal.
Let's go, Carroll, you can do it!
Both teams right where they lost. And Mason Comets were in this exact situation last year. District finals, headed into overtime. They ended up losing that game 2-1 off a controversial goal. A lot of Comets fans wanted an offsides before. But like you said, it's hard to tell live. It's hard to see both things at once. And Centerville, just got word that Centerville has taken down Loveland, the 1 seed, headed to district finals. Mason trying to be the second 1 seed to meet them there and make it a double 1 seed game.
And Carroll trying to make sure that they don't do that. So 2 teams battling it out here tonight. It's been a great game. And we're getting ready here to start. We got about 1 minute left
Got 1 minute left. Comets are going to huddle up, knowing this could be their last game of a lot of these seniors' careers. They do not want that to happen.
Mason's going to be pulling a lot of that experience from those senior players. They're going to be, none of them want to be their last game. They're going to be playing their hearts out. Carroll's going to be doing the same. I'm sure their seniors feeling the same way. So it's going to be an epic battle here in overtime.
And being in that position for the Comets will help them experience-wise. They were in that position last year, like I said. So being there and also losing it gives them a little more motivation. Hopefully they can use that for an overtime win, as it looks like they are set to receive the opening kick.
This is also a test of fitness for both of these teams. You get into this, they've now played 80 minutes of soccer, and they're going to play another maybe 15 minutes. Legs start to get tired. Your brain doesn't necessarily work as well as you think it should when you're out there, and so mistakes can happen, and you'll see if one team can take advantage of that, and we'll see what happens. It looks like Carroll's going to kick off.
So Fitz was lined up like he wanted to control it, but referee says no, it goes to Carroll. Del Cid cleared out by Wren, but a nice header to keep it on Mason's side. Over to Ox. Ox on the right side around Wren. That one, if Mason will just let that go out of bounds for a throw-in.
Going into this overtime, you got to feel Carroll probably has a little bit of the momentum going, coming back obviously from second half, down 3 goals. So we'll see what happens. Mason's really got to step up their intensity, and again, we talked about it. Seniors, play your hearts out and see what happens.
Both leading scorers for Comets and the Patriots are seniors in in Buchot and Osterholt. Carroll will have it on the left side now. Osterholt, there he is down the middle. Double team there for a second. He'll just kick it out. McReynolds comes up to clear it off the head. Carroll has another good opportunity. Cochran doing all he can to just fall on that one. Keeps the game alive.
Yeah, Mason struggled to get the ball out there. Carroll won it right outside the box and got a quick shot off. Here's a good opportunity for Mason. Could be the end of the game.
Oh, and it's just left.
Wow, I thought that was going to ripple the net.
Max Brogan left it just left. It looked like a perfect opportunity. A golden opportunity for a golden goal win. But just a little bit to the left.
He had the keeper beat. Unfortunate for Mason, but a great opportunity. Carroll looking to counterattack quickly.
Osterholt, good poke from Winterhalter. Back in the middle, McKee with the defense. Winterhalter coming up. McReynolds on the left side, giving to Connor Bailey. Connor Bailey tries to make a move and pass it cross field.
That was deflected by a Mason defender, so Carroll going to reset their offense.
And Sorson not able to control that one. That one goes out of bounds. Throw in for McReynolds.
Good job by Winterhalter there, getting the ball, winning that ball, and getting it all the way across the field.
A nice poke from Carroll's defense, though. Mason looked like they had numbers maybe, but keeping it alive for Carroll. Winterhalter tries to find someone across the middle, and Buchel will be taken down with some contact.
Yeah, Carroll's defense definitely keying off of Buchel. I'm sure they watched, have been scouting him and know, and obviously he's the leading scorer, so they're definitely keying on him. And you know, he's getting knocked around for sure.
So we're going to get a whistle, and I think it's going to be a foul on the Comets.
I think that was on Wren on the far side there. He just kind of stepped into the defender and knocked him down.
Good job by Arun drawing that foul. He'll give it to Delcide here. Wren clears it. They're going to keep it with Carroll.
Look for Carroll doing a long throw in here, I think. No, quick. They kind of fake that long throw and they go quick.
Donahue out to Bailey. Headed by McReynolds. Glensick will clear it. Up the middle. Winterhalter trying to find it. Oh, but off the foot of Winterhalter. I'm sure that's not what he wanted. Osterholt given to the left side to his brother. Connor Osterholt trying to find something. Defense for Mason got to stay solid.
They're diving in a little bit, but numbers back for Mason now.
So they had that opportunity, but this one goes out of bounds. So
looked like there was a deflection there, but look, it's going to be a Carroll throw, and Mason arguing that.
From our angle, it looked like it should have been Mason ball, but we're all the way up in the press box.
Just a little bit further away than the center ref. This will be a long throw.
Here we're going to get the long throw in. Donahue going to try to give a big opportunity to Carroll, and that one, Mason tried to clear it, and McKee able to get it all the way back
Buchel
to
on
midfield.
The run.
Buchel has 3 defenders. He's on the run. He stops. Tries to find Brogan, but too far, and Strand will control it. Under 10 minutes now in the first overtime.
Good effort there by Mason. Brogan with the run there. Just out of reach for Brogan to get to that. Buchel did a lot to just collect that and get it on his foot, turn it, and get it across.
McKee on defense. Give it to Delcide.
This is the time of the game where you're going to start seeing a little of those tired legs, a little bit of fatigue, maybe some missed kicks.
Marlowe up the middle. On the left side, Buchel can't track that down. A goal kick for Carroll. Jacob Bouchot has worked this game, still dealing with a little bit of an injury. Able to play this one a lot more than he did, a lot more than those 10 minutes he played in the last game against Coleraine.
Substitutions for the Mason Comets entering the match, number 7, Cameron Donor.
Donor checking in for the Comets. And Austin Erickson, 2 seniors coming in. Finally gets to have a say about possibly their last game. And Connor Bailey on the run. Marlowe's able to keep it out. Another good play by Marlowe. Carroll wants a handball. They're not going to get it. It did look like a little bit of handball from our angle, but it's objective once again, like we said earlier. Oh, nice take from
Mason
Brogan.
with the counterattack.
Brogan from Bouchot. Bouchot not able to catch up to that one. Just let him a little too much.
Boy, Carroll might have got away with one there. The defender looked like he played it back to the keeper. Keeper, if it's a direct playback, can't pick it up with his hands, but ref is saying that it was just a deflection, so no foul there.
The defense from Comets. McReynolds heads it. Gets it all the way back up to midfield. Ox tries to make a move. Gives it off to his right. Finds Del Cid. And Marlowe clears it once again. So Marlowe, a big part of this Mason defensive sequence. Nice pass there. Brogan makes a nice move, but he can't catch up to it. That one goes out of bounds.
That was deflected by
Deflected,
Carroll.
actually.
They're going to get it in quickly. Bouchot trying to get to the end of that, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds for a goal kick. So Mason trying to take a quick advantage of that throw in there, but wasn't able to get to the end of it.
So Joey Schrand again had a field goal kick so far this overtime. Headed by Del Cid over to Arumva. Across the middle with a double team defense. McKee trying to get to it. Brogan can't jump in front of that one. Erickson's back. McReynolds on the left side chasing it down. Lensick couldn't chase it down. McReynolds is right there.
Yeah, that was good defense by Lensick to run that down and get in front of that. I thought it rolled out of bounds before it touched him, but looks like it's going to be a Carroll throw in and another long throw in for Carroll.
They can take advantage of having guys who can fire it that far into the box. Mason's got to stay solid on defense again. They got to wall up. From Donahue, a nice header to keep it out.
I think that might have been Cochran punching the ball out there.
The teamwork from Mason really helpful. Over on the right side of Bouchot. Bouchot with the left. Across the middle. Loses it. Donor couldn't control it.
Yeah, unlucky touch there. Look, he was trying to do a give and go with Bouchot and just got caught up on the Carroll defender.
Defense from McReynolds coming all the way up. He'll get the kick there. Over to Erickson. Erickson makes a nice move. Del Cid with the defense. He's going to send it all the way to the right side. That one's going to go right to the goalie. So 5 minutes left here in the first overtime. We have yet to see a score. We do know that one score will end the game will end one of these team seasons. Over to Erickson. Erickson on the right side. Giving back to McReynolds. Brogan has McReynolds to his right. McReynolds will get it. The fullback across the middle.
Nice header.
And it's just to the right. Cameron Donor this time had the opportunity. A nice play by the fullback, Micah McReynolds, on the cross.
Yeah.
All the way downfield.
McReynolds with a nice overlap, deflected off of the defender of Carroll and right to him, and he was able to get a nice cross. And I was watching the keeper on that one. He didn't react too much, so I had a good idea that it wasn't on frame.
Yeah, that was. It looked good for a while, but then you see the keeper
He kind of
relax
relaxed
a little bit. Yeah.
So he had a good beat on it. He knew it was going out wide.
I guess if you spent that much time in front of the goal for all those seasons, you'd know. You'd get a good feel. So Carroll trying to find an attack. McReynolds on the defense. Brogan trying to come up, get a Buchot comes and gets it. But a nice deflection to keep it alive in Carroll.
Carroll's defense staying strong there, able to deflect that out, even though they lost it on their side of the field. They're able to recover and disrupt that play by Mason.
Goes out of bounds once again. Brogan with a throw in. Erickson will have the throw in now. See what they can get just outside the box. Erickson might get it back. Good job controlling it. Sam McKee across the middle on the right side, deflected by Carroll defender. Mason will have another throw in. They're going to give it to Erickson again.
I'm going to predict another long throw in the box here.
We'll see if that big opportunity is coming for Mason. Just outside the box. Oh no, that was in the box.
Yeah, knocked down in the box and Carroll able to clear it out, but dangerous opportunity there. When it gets knocked down, you just never know what's going to happen. So
you never know what guys could be there, and Erickson going to fake that one. Give it to McReynolds. Off the head of Sorsen, and McReynolds lucky that one went out of bounds.
Mason a little lackadaisical there in the last couple touches, but able to win it back.
Across the middle to Winterhalter. Deflected by Carroll once again. Brogan comes up to get it, but it'll be hit back out to midfield. Another throw in for Mason. They're going to try to rush, just get one or two more good attacks. Sorsen takes it away. And downfield.
Cochran comes way out to clear that ball. Good play by Cochran. He's got to hustle back though, because they can play it in quick. Now we got two balls on the field. Referee lets the ball play.
We'll blow it dead. For any fans watching, that does not mean you get two opportunities to score with the two balls, but there's some confusion there.
It's not like pinball where you get to keep hitting them until they go down the drain there.
Time does tick, and we're almost a minute away from the end of our first overtime. Sorsen across the middle. Mason will just hold it off. Give themselves a goal kick.
That's just a great defensive play by Gabe. Shielded the player off, let it go through. He goes up and plays that, knocks it down. Maybe they have an opportunity, but he was smart. Was able to shield the player, let it go out of bounds, and get a goal kick.
So Mason's going to try to get one more opportunity with under a minute. On the left side now, out of bounds. The throw in coming from Ben Scooter. Headed back to midfield. Del Cid.
Now Carroll looking to have one last opportunity.
They're going to get it downfield, but no one's there. Cochran corrals it. 10 seconds left in the first overtime. Mason once again going to try to throw up a Hail Mary.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
And that'll be cleared. And we are headed to a second overtime. No score here yet. In overtime, 3-3 is the overall score after first overtime here in Bellbrook. The neutral side of the 1-seeded Mason Comets and the 3-seeded Carroll Patriots.
Back in 2 minutes.
Matty Bear with a three-pointer, and we're going to a third overtime. Simmons for three, and he's on fire tonight.
Oh, my God. Three-point attempt, and it is good. A half-court heave. He gets it to go. Up to Del Bello. She hits the three.
ICRC-TV Sports
just about ready to get the season underway.
Welcome back to Bellbrook District Finals, and we're headed to a second overtime. Mason Comets, Carroll Patriots. We got an exciting one here.
Yeah, a little bit of back and forth there in the first overtime. Carroll definitely had some opportunities. Mason definitely had some opportunities. So, you know, either of those could have gone in the back of the net and the game would have been over, but they didn't. And so that brings us to the second half of overtime. Another 15 minutes as you look at the bracket there. Earlier tonight, Centerville beats Loveland, I believe at least 4-0. Yes, I'm hearing 4-0. So Centerville advances to the regional semifinals, I believe.
Regional semifinals. They will meet the winner of this game, whoever will score first, if they do so in the next 15 minutes. If not, we're heading to penalty kicks.
So the clock getting set at 15 minutes for this second period of overtime. Mason will get the kickoff as Carroll took the kickoff in the first overtime, and we're getting ready to play the action here. Weather still on and off raining. Right now it looks like rain again.
And it looks like just 2 minutes ago it wasn't raining, and now it's coming down pretty hard once again. Very unpredictable night. But Sam McKee, another very unpredictable game too. Mason got off to that 3-0 lead, but still have not found an answer for Carroll's 3 goals when they responded. So Mason will control the opening kick of the second overtime, and right away try to fire one all the way downfield, right to the goalie Schrand for Carroll.
Yeah, probably might be a design play there where they knock it back and look to play it forward and maybe catch Carroll a little bit flat-footed, but Carroll ready for that ball and able to restart it.
So Carroll will look to have their first real possession on Mason's side of the field of the second overtime. Marlowe able to boot it out. Bouchot has it now. Bouchot with a nice move. We'll give it off to Brogan.
He's able to touch it.
Oh, just to the left. That's actually Donor. No, Brogan it was.
Boy, just like in the first overtime.
We're going to take a look at it again. The goalie came out a little more than the first overtime. And from that angle, it looked like it was going in until they panned all the way over. And it was just wide left from Brogan. Brogan not happy with himself, but he's got to play on.
Yeah, great opportunity there by Mason. Good ball put in by Bouchot, and just couldn't get the right touch on the ball to get it in the back of the net. So we're back at it here. Mason controlling.
Good job by the Comets. Bouchot is going to try to find another opportunity here. He'll try to outrun the defender. That one's going to go out of bounds off Carroll.
Yeah, good defense by Carroll there to get in between the ball and Bouchot and knock it out of bounds. But another dangerous opportunity here for Mason with the long throw-in.
Austin Erickson's been behind all these long throw-ins, and he'll have another one here again.
Yeah, in this first 2 minutes, Mason seems to have just a little extra pep and got some good opportunities early.
Maybe it's starting to set in that this could be their last game for a lot of these seniors. One of them is Mike Reynolds right there, and Winterhalter trying to find it across the middle.
Oh, you little shit. Somebody scored.
Mason Stevens doing a good job. Bouchot coming up, and then save from Schrand. Saves the season for Carroll. The save from Schrand. He came all the way out.
Yeah, that was just a great save by Schrand. He had to make that commitment early. He came out. He didn't stop. Got in front of that ball, knocked it down. Bouchot was about ready to put it in the back of the net, and he said, not in my house.
So Mason has had their opportunities. We're going to take another look. Just a foot ahead of what Buchot thought he was.
He just went down with no fear on that. You know, keepers are a different breed. Yeah, it takes a little bit different mentality to play keeper in soccer, and you saw it there with his. He just came out, no fear, went down, saved the game.
So a goal kick coming from Marlowe. On the left side, Donor slips and falls. He maybe wants a foul, but he won't get it. Buchot trying to save it. The push from Buchot will be called. And a yellow card from Jacob Buchot. That's not what you want in a second overtime.
Nope, he's going to have to go off the field. Anytime you get a yellow card in high school, you have to exit the field. So he's got to exit and wait to come back.
Take a look at it again. And like you said earlier, when Arumva got his yellow card, whenever you come up and push from behind in high school, it's most likely going to be a yellow card.
Yeah, and I don't think Buchot was trying to foul on that. I think he was just trying to get back, get his foot in there, and kind of lost his balance and put his arm in the back of the Carroll player. And but, you know, it's a foul nonetheless.
The kick coming from Carroll. They're waiting to set up. Under 12 minutes now. To McKee. McKee back to Ox.
Buchot already up at the 50-yard line waiting to get back into the game.
Wasting no time there. The minimum requirement is just to come out for a millisecond for as little as he can. Across the middle to McKee. McKee's trying to save it.
I believe that's Fitz.
That's actually Fitz. You're right. He's now in at striker. Couldn't track that one down, but Brogan tries to keep it alive. And that'll go out of bounds. Or no, stay in bounds. Back to Brogan. Fitz will try to track it down. And it'll be cleared out of bounds. A throw-in for Comets.
And that'll be the delay, or the out of bounds play will allow Buchot to come back into the game, I believe.
So only sat out about 60 seconds after the yellow card. As they're going to send him in.
Oh my God.
Conversation there with center ref and with Sam. I'm not sure what that was about, but they finally bring in the sub.
And Sam McKee's the one coming off the field.
Maybe that was Fitz he was talking to, I guess.
So good move from Erickson. Erickson kicked out by Carroll on the left side. Ben Scooter fires it in there. Trying to find Buchot off the bench.
AR flag, put the flag up as Buchot was getting it. It looks like he was, must have been even or a little bit behind the defender.
So under 10 minutes now. Carroll, Mason tied at 3, second overtime. Next one to score wins unless the time runs out and we head to PKs. Osterholt across to the left side. Nice header by Lensick. On the right side. Brogan gets pushed a little. Will go out of bounds. Leaves it ahead for Buchot. And that's going to go out of bounds. And they're going to say Mason deflected it.
Buchot's got to be careful, though. He kind of jumped up with his cleats up. And, you know, he makes a connection on a player. He's already got one yellow card. You know, that's a little bit of a dangerous play there.
Not only will that take it out of this game, if that were to happen, and they were to win, he would not be eligible to play in there next against Centerville. So another throw in for Carroll. Good play by Brogan holding him off. Winterhalter doing a good job.
That's just great defense by Winterhalter there, able to win the ball and play it outside.
Renscooter was by himself on the left side, where the defense came in, and Carroll got it back.
Mason a little bit disorganized here.
Some contact, and it looks like Erickson fell to the floor. It's just going to be a throw-in for Mason off the out of bounds.
Oh, it looks like they did get a free kick there. Mason plays it in quickly down the line.
So Bouchot will come up and get it. Bouchot down the middle, puts a nice move on. Nice job saving the possession. Over to Brogan. Brogan across the middle, kick back out to Bouchot. A lot of contact there. Mason fans want a foul, but it looks like a lot of it was incidental contact. Both players going for the ball. The kick all the way downfield. Cochran controls it. So under 7 minutes. We're going to look at the collision again between Max Brogan. Yeah, two players just going for the ball. You saw.
Boy, I don't know. That Carroll guy just kind of turned his shoulder and lowered it right into the chest. I think that was a missed call there.
That's Connor Osterholt. Like you said, it's that last decision from him to turn his shoulder.
It looked like they were both going for the ball at first, but it definitely looked like the Carroll player turned his shoulder and knew he was going to initiate contact.
And we're going to have an injury timeout as they're going to assess Max Brogan and make sure he's all right. He's down on the field right now, has not got up yet.
Yeah, he popped up right away after he got knocked down, and then he after the ball was kicked away, he kind of went back down. I think he was hurt more than he realized.
So once again, whoever scores next, if it's in this overtime period, will go on and take Centerville in the regional semifinals with a chance to make this regional finals on the line.
So clock is stopped at just over 7 minutes left to play in this second overtime. As we've been talking about, any goal scored during this overtime will be an automatic win for the team. So golden goal.
The kick coming from Marlowe. Header from Carroll. McReynolds on the left side. Over to Donor. Donor, I think, is who came in for Brogan after he's taken to the sideline. Donor will have it, but will leave it right for Arumba to take. He'll come in and play defense and take it from Arumba. Good defensive play from Cameron Donor. Cameron Donor now has it across the middle, but left it off once again, not strong enough on the pass.
Yeah, he was looking for Bouchot there, trying to split the defense, but Carroll does a good job getting back and covering. Like we said before, they're keying off of Bouchot.
Feels like every big opportunity Mason's had is the only few times that Bouchot hasn't been covered pretty heavily.
Yeah, they're definitely keeping at least 2, sometimes 3 players near him.
And another Comet is down. He's limping. Has the opportunity coming from Carroll. Goes out of bounds. Connor Bailey's down. A Comet is limping.
Looks like Connor, I think his as he went to kick that ball, his calf cramped up. So that's, again, we talked about this. They're into over an hour, into an hour and a half of playing, and you know, the fatigue is setting in, cramps are setting, you know, he's getting a cramp in his leg. They're trying to work that out there down in the corner.
And the Comet needing assistance over at around the 25-yard line. We're going to head to a short injury break here in the second overtime. 5:32 left. No score yet in this overtime, 3-3. we're back. Both injured players coming off the field, getting some assistance. Connor Bailey, they're going to attend to him.
So the end result of that play, last play before the injuries, was ended up being a Carroll corner kick. So we're getting ready to, they're going to play it in right now.
Del Cede's corner kick, headed out by McKee. McKee trying to run it down, and he won't get there. Oh, he will get there. Del Cede tried to hold him off, but that he missed him.
Bouchot able to win it down the corner. He's taking it in. He's
The
got a
sideline.
Comet coming in.
Comet.
And it's a goal!
The Mason Comets are heading to the regional semifinals. Kevin Wren, the assist from Jacob Bouchot.
And Mike, that goal started by Sam McKee. What a great effort come in, winning that ball. The Carroll player kind of stopped. He kept going. He got it down the sideline to Bouchot. Bouchot put it across, and Comet's able to put it in the back of the net. Wow, what a play.
The Mason Comets, the one-seeded Mason Comets will meet the one-seeded Centerville Elks. We're going to take a look at it again. Bouchot playing the goal line, and then just a little touch from Wren gets it to the top of the net.
Great
over
job.
the goalie.
Yeah, great job by Wren coming in. He's coming in full speed there and able to control himself, control his touch, get it into the net. Great play. A lot of times you see that put over the crossbar, so awesome job by Wren to put that one away and put a win in the column for the Comets.
So the first goal, that's the first goal they've scored since 4 minutes before halftime, when they took a 3-0 lead. The game really changed after that, after Carroll was able to respond with 3 goals of their own. We went to a halftime. That first halftime wasn't enough. The first 10 minutes of the second halftime wasn't enough, but Jacob Bouchot and Kevin Wren finally had enough. And as you see, defeatment for Carroll.
And your hearts go out to the Carroll team. They played their hearts out tonight, and you hate to see it. You know, everybody but the state champions have to go out with a loss, but you just hate seeing it. They played their hearts out. It was a great game. They mounted a magnificent comeback against the Comets to tie it up, and but Mason just had that extra touch there at the end and able to bring the victory in the district finals.
So the district finals going to Mason. This is a game they lost last year, but they won this time and are heading to the regional semifinals against Centerville. 4-3 Mason. I'm Ben Haller.
I'm Mark Eckler.
Thanks for joining us all night in Bellbrook.